What's up guys, it's Manga Time once again, and I'm here to discuss the character of Aizen Sosuke, his possible motivations, and the future of the character. Because we all know after the end of chapter 616, it appears he's coming back into the story. Yes, it's about time as well. Aizen is my favourite character, and the last time we saw him in the present timeline was chapter 423, at the end of the Uranka arc when he was finally sentenced for his crimes. Obviously they didn't kill him because he's immortal, but they sentenced him, the Central 46 put him away for 18,000 years. After he pissed them off a bit though, they raised it to 20,000. The Soul Society's justice system is crap. I mean, like, he got put away for 20,000 years, he's out in 3, so I guess that's good behaviour or something? But either way, like I said, Aizen is my favourite character. You can see I even have a picture of Aizen back there, which was drawn for me by my girlfriend. It looks amazing, but Aizen is, in my opinion, like, what makes Bleach in a way, because he's just like such a pivotal character in everything. He is like the evil Urahara in a way, but just way cooler in my opinion. But let me know in the comments below whether or not you're actually happy to see Aizen back or not, because I know he's a very divisive character. Some people love him, like me. Some people hate him. Some people who used to love him now hate him after the whole Deicide thing. Deicide, I put my hands up, never bothered me too much. I enjoyed it while it was going on. It is funny, though, to look at Deicide now, and then look where we are in the story at the moment, and just it's worlds apart. Like, shit is getting real where we are now. And in Deicide, it never really did. So, it's cool and everything. I am happy to see Aizen back in the story, and I'm just so intrigued as to what role he's going to play, and that's kind of why we're here today, to discuss it. So, if you haven't seen my review of 616, please do. I Aizen fanboy a little bit, though. What can you do? But yeah, it's up here somewhere. That'd be awesome if you checked it out. Anyway, so I'm going to start off by just kind of detailing what I think Aizen's motivations might be, at least. We know his original motivation was to kill the Soul King and take its place. Well, at least I think it was presumably take its place. We got that from Aizen saying, I'm going to sit on the empty throne. It's a little bit weird that he would say the throne was empty at that point, since he knows the Soul King exists. Either way, though, that's not important. What's important is, after we've now seen the Soul King, and we've seen him a little bit as well, we know what he looks like. He's this mannequin, expressionless guy with no arms and no legs. And I have to just wonder, why would Aizen want to become the Soul King? Like, it doesn't look like a particularly happy position to be in. And the Soul King doesn't appear to have any, like, godly powers. He regulates the souls, and he can bestow the Oken upon people, and that seems to really be all we've seen him do. Now, if it does appear that this Mimi Hagi thing is actually a part of the Soul King, and the Soul King is some giant construct, essentially, that's really, really, really powerful, that might make a little bit more sense. But at the end of the day, I can't see why Aizen would want to take the Soul King's position. It doesn't look particularly fun, and we know that Aizen has this bloated ego, so I can't imagine him sitting in this crystal all day, every day, just kind of like, this is not what I thought it was going to be. So, I just can't imagine that at all for Aizen. Now, whether he was going to rule with, like, an iron fist, again, I don't know if that's even possible, because we don't know enough about the king. And if you follow my reviews, you know that I've been harping on and on that we need a flashback for the king, and that might help us understand Aizen's motivations. I was actually thinking it'd be really cool if we got the flashback from Aizen himself, like, soon. Like, he actually explained what the king was all about, why he hates the king so much, why he doesn't want to be ruled by that thing. That would all be very interesting. I'd love to see that, and it would really help flesh out Aizen's motivations. Because right now, I just don't see it. I just don't understand why he'd want to be the king. Another reason is, he always seemed like he wanted to rule Soul Society, which is why he spared most of the captains. But we now know that killing the Soul King would have destroyed the Soul Society. So, again, it seems a bit weird to me. Like, I just don't understand it. But I think for now we should just at least infer that Aizen's motivations probably haven't changed, and so he's not to be trusted at all. Even if his motivations had changed, you wouldn't be able to trust him at all anyway. So what's the character's future in Bleach? Obviously, he has been replaced as the main villain by Yuhava, the King of the Quincy's. But there's definitely still a lot of room for Aizen here. I have always speculated that Aizen would return to the story when the Soul King became important, because the last time we properly saw Aizen was his conversation with Urahara about the king, and it does seem to have happened that he's returning as the Soul King is becoming important. It just makes sense, you know. So, what is the future for Aizen's character? Well, Shunsui is trying to get him out of prison now, but why would he do that? You know, I know that Shunsui is a shady guy, he's a bit dodgy, he's a bit of a manipulator, but he must know that he's playing with fire here. So, there's a couple of theories. We know that Aizen's currently immortal, so maybe Shunsui wants to just put him against Yhwach and be like, you can't kill this guy, so Aizen kill Yhwach. We know that Aizen doesn't want to work with Yhwach, since Yhwach has already asked for his help earlier on, and he turned him down. But at the same time, one of the more celebrated theories on the internet is that Shunsui is going to try and get Aizen to take the place of the Soul King, maybe even against his will. I mean, again, this still plays on the idea that Aizen doesn't quite know what he's getting himself into as far as the Soul King's concerned. It's actually really quite hard to say where Aizen is going with this, and where Shinsui's going with this as well. It's possible that Shunsui has just gone to Aizen for information on the Soul King, but even then I still want to know why Aizen has this information, how Aizen even saw the Soul King in the first place. Kind of the same thing goes for Urahara as well. Although actually we don't know that Urahara saw the king. He just says to Aizen, oh, so you saw it, or you've seen him, or whatever he says. Doesn't it? I personally feel it implies that Urahara has seen him as well, but we don't know. So it's possible, yeah, that Shunsui has gone to get information from Aizen, but it's not going to be as simple as that. I don't think Kubo would tease us that badly and not have Aizen get out of prison. Shunsui is going to release him, because he's a dodgy motherfucker, and he is pretty much desperate to do anything he can. I do feel that the release of Aizen from prison signals the character's death. It would seem pointless to his character to release him, then just send him back to prison after he's done. Aizen can't be trusted, and I think that once everything is done and over and Aizen's played whatever role he's going to play in defeating Yhwach, whether it is supplying them with the necessary intel on the Soul King, having something to do with the Hogyoku, regardless of that, he's then going to try and do his own agenda, which is inevitably going to be bad news for the heroes and everything like that. So, Aizen is going to die, and I know you're going to be thinking, he's got the Hogyoku, he's invincible, he's immortal, he can't be killed, but at the same time I think that Kubo is he's trying to tie up a lot of loose ends. So I feel like he's going to make good on the very random Orihime scene in the Huecamundo arc when she was like, I'm going to reject the Hogyoku, and then she never fucking did it. So I think that that's going to come into play. I really do. If Aizen's like battling Ichigo, Orihime's just going to suddenly reject the Hogyoku out of his chest, and he's going to become mortal again, and they'll finish him off. That's what I really feel that's going to happen. So I kind of want to stake that as a prediction right now. But either way, yeah, so Aizen's definitely going to go about his own agenda when everything's all said and done. If he does become this anti-hero who doesn't eventually try and destroy the Soul Society or rule the Soul Society or whatever, I'm going to be disappointed. Can be disappointed. I don't want Aizen to come out of prison as this, like, shell of the character he once was, like, because he was obviously a knob when he went into prison, so, you know, being in the dark for 3 years is not going to make him a nice guy. He might be cooperative to get out of jail, but at the same time, and, you know, not impugn his honour by doing so with Yhwach, but I can see him working with Shunsui to get what he wants for the time being. I can also Shunsui, again, playing with fire, I can see Shunsui offering Aizen what he wants to get him on board for a short amount of time. Either way, we're in for some crazy epic stuff, I feel, with Aizen. Now, in regards to, like, Kyokusui Getsu, I think everyone predicted that Aizen is somehow getting it back, because he obviously lost it to the Hogyoku in the final fight. But he somehow confused Yhwach's senses. Now, it's possible that Yhwach was literally just talking about Aizen was waffling on, and there have we lost track of time. A lot of people took that, though, as Kyokusui Getsu's slow return. I think Kubo, obviously, if Aizen went evil again, like, properly, well, I say went evil, if Aizen, okay, did his own thing and tried to rule again, Kubo's gonna have to show us a Bankai or something like that. I know everyone's dying to see Aizen's Bankai, myself included, and I just feel like a final fight with Ichigo in the Royal Palace is pretty much what we've always been waiting for. As far as, like, the end of... Because I know lots of people were disappointed with how the Uranka arc ended. So a final fight with Aizen in the Royal Palace, that'd be cool, I'd be down with that. Aizen Bankai and everything like that. That'd be pretty sweet. As for, like, the rest of Aizen's motivations is so hard to pin down. There's a theory flying around that since Ukitake is the right hand of God, obviously on the screen, Ukitake is the right hand of God, Aizen might be the left. That'd be kind of neat, and it might explain why Aizen's seen the Soul King. That might explain it. And Urahara would be like a leg or something. I don't know. That kind of sucks to be the leg of the Soul King. But that sort of thing might happen. And then obviously Aizen might still be motivated to, transcend and cross the boundaries and all that sort of thing. He might still be trying to do that. But that's really kind of all I've got to say on the matter, guys, because at the moment everything is just so damn vague. Like, I might come back to this at some point later. But for now, like, here's a rundown of the things we need to know. We need to know what the Soul King is. Like, properly need to know. Because then we can understand Aizen's motivations better. Because right now, I just don't know why Aizen would want to have that existence. That doesn't seem like Aizen to me. So we need to know what the Soul King is. We need to know what Shinsuke has planned for Aizen to help us formulate what's going to happen with the character later on. Like I said, it's possible Shinsuke's either just going to try and get some intel from Aizen, or probably more likely he's going to free Aizen for an ulterior purpose. Lots of people have said it's going to be trying to get Aizen to replace the king, maybe even trick him into doing so. It's hard to say, but we will see soon. And, as for the future of the character, I think he's going to die if he does come out of prison, because I just don't see Aizen stifling his pride yet again and going back into jail. It doesn't make any sense to me. Plus, I feel like if Kubo's really going to commit to this, Soul Society's just not going to be the same place when this is all said and done anyway. So that's it for my Aizen video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think is going to happen with Aizen? Let me know, what do you think his motivations are now? If he even has any. What do you think Shinsuke's gone there to ask him to do, or ask him for help with? Just let me know what you think. And what do you think the end game for Aizen is? Is he going to show us a Bankai? Is he going to die? Is the Hogyoku going to be rejected? All these points I've brought up, let me know in the comments below. And as always, guys, subscribe to the videos, subscribe to my channel, that'd be really great. Give the videos a like, and check out my review of 616. It was a crazy chapter. But until next week, guys, see you later.